guys are doing well and are having the most incredible day. As always, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's video, we are of course going through my November reading wrap up, which in November we actually managed to read 7 books, and some of these books, so good, so good. I had a great reading month, honestly. Let me just see what my stats were. I feel like, yeah, looking at all my ratings, like we had a really good reading month in the month of November, and I cannot wait to go through all these books with you. So grab yourselves a drink, a snack, a tea, a coffee, etc. and let's dive into the video. I hope you guys enjoy and carry on watching. Okay, so the first book I picked up in the month of November was Pucking Sweet by Emily Rath. If you guys don't know, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. If you guys don't know, essentially my goal for 2025 has been to try and condense the amount of series I'm in the middle of, because your girl's in the middle of too many series and it was getting so overwhelming, because I would finish a series like up to date and then they would release the next one. So my series list is always up and down, but this one I was so excited about. This is an MMF romance. However, it's not an MM romance, if that makes sense. It's more like an MF romance and an MF romance, but they're all kind of okay about that situation. Does that make sense? Anyway, this was a really great book. This one focuses on Lucas, Poppy, and what is the other guy's name? I forget his name. What is his name? Colton. That is his name. So this essentially focuses on them 3. I can't really tell you guys too much about this series because this is book number 3 and I feel like it will spoil a lot of it, but essentially what you need to know about this series, it's hella spicy, it's insane. The found family though is really great, and I love the kind of snippets from each previous character. It kind of helps build the world and makes you fall in love with them, and it makes you really happy to sort of see snippets of other characters, because I'm currently reading book 4, spoiler alert, and there's something going on with this situation that I was just so giddy about to read about. So yeah, I do really love this one. It focuses on ice hockey. All the guys in the series work in the ice hockey NFL, what is it called? NHL hockey team. So basically they are all kind of friends and things like that. It's kind of a big group. Anyway, ramble over. That being said, I gave this one a 4-star. It was so good, and if you don't like spice, this series is definitely not for you, because the spice is spicing. Like sometimes I'm reading it and I'm like you're spicing, like hurry up, do you know what I mean? Like it is a lot, but this series is just so good and I'm so glad I started it and I'm just really enjoying it. So yeah, that is book number 3 in the series and it was a 4-star, really good one. The next book we have is Finley, Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead. This is by Elle Cosimano and I absolutely love this series. Essentially this series is basically about an author who is kind of on the phone in a cafe talking to, I think, her publisher perhaps, or her manager or someone, about a new concept for a book, and someone overhears the conversation and has no idea she's talking about fiction, and she thinks that she is a hit woman and she goes around killing people basically, and she gives her like a number and she's like, here's the amount of money I'll give you, like you just need to get rid of this person. That is kind of the premise of book 1. Book 2 is a little bit different, because she basically finds out that there is a target on her ex-husband's head, and it's not that she gets on with her ex-husband, but because they have kids together, she obviously doesn't want them to be kind of caught in the crossfires of it. So she is really trying to figure out what the hell is going on, who has it in for her husband, like what is happening, and it's just like a fun, thrillery, mystery, funny vibe. Like the book is funny, like I had a really great time reading it. This one I also gave a 4-star, and it was just enjoyable from the start to the end. I just really loved it, and to be honest with you, I really want to pick up book 3 soon, because I feel like because I left it so long in between book 1 and book 2, it was a little bit hard to kind of remember all the characters, but now I'm kind of in the world again. It was just so enjoyable. So that was book number 2 for November and I absolutely loved it. The next book we picked up in the month of November was Promise Me Not by Megan Brandy. This is book 2 after Say You Swear, which I absolutely devoured maybe a year or so ago, and I finally picked up the sequel, which I'm so glad I did, because it was just so fun to be in this universe again. What I will say is I didn't love this one as much as Say You Swear. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether it's because my tastes have changed over the past year or whether it's just because it was more of a different plot line, but this one basically focuses on Mason and Peyton, and don't get me wrong, I've really enjoyed this book, but there were a few aspects of the female main character that did really get on my nerves, and it sounds harsh to say it because of what she went through, but it was just almost like she was leading Mason on a little bit. So basically this one, it kind of focuses on Peyton. Peyton is a single mum. The father of her child and her boyfriend actually passes away. It's not a spoiler, it is on the back. He passes away, so she's a single mum and she's kind of dealing with this all on her own. However, she does become really close friends with Mason, and it is very obvious from day dot that Mason has feelings for Peyton. She clearly knows this as well, like it's not a hidden fact, and they have this very, very close connection kind of throughout the book. However, Mason is like, it's really hard to explain it without spoiling it, but Mason is very upfront about the fact that he is happy to be with Peyton and help look after her son and be there for him and kind of have this whole family situation going on. And the things that Peyton does kind of does show that she wants that, but then all of a sudden she's like changing her mind, and it's just a little bit frustrating because I'm like, you've literally done X, Y, and Z with him, like letting him do all these things, like getting your son involved and everything like that, and then you're changing your mind like this. And it's just, it was a bit annoying because I was thinking like, Mason, bless him, he's just like getting his heart broken again and again and again. It was kind of like that, which is a bit annoying, but I gave this one a 3-star. I loved the kind of plot line of the story. I love the whole idea of the story, but she was just a little bit annoying for me. But again, I'm really glad to be in this universe. I'm pretty sure book 4 of this series has been released now, so I do need to hurry up and read book 3 so I can dive into that one. But yeah, this one was a 3-star. Not my fave, but not my least favourite, so there was that. Next up, we have probably one of my most anticipated reads of the year, and that is of course Fearful by Lauren Roberts. Now, I can't really tell you guys too much about this because this is the last novella in the Powerless series, so I can't say much at all, actually, if anything, to be honest with you, because it will give away the entire story. However, this actually focuses on a few characters which I didn't expect, and that kind of let it down a little bit for me. I don't know, I think because I love the original books so much and I love the characters like so incredibly much that I just want more of them, and I didn't want more of these other characters. Does that make sense? Like, I was really like hoping it was going to be about other people, but it wasn't. But the idea of this was really good. I honestly can't tell you anything about it. I gave it a 4-star. I loved it. I'm so upset that this series is finally over for me. I really just, I don't know, I just love this series so much. If you guys haven't even read the Powerless series, I do highly recommend. It's a fantasy series, it's fun, it's got a really great male main character, like it is just a great series. I loved it. The novellas aren't necessary, but I do feel like they do add a lot to the plot and to the characters, so I do recommend it, especially the first novella. So good, so emotional, sobbed my eyes out. But yeah, this was just a great ending, to be honest with you, so I gave this one a 4-star. The next book I picked up in the month of November was actually my book club pick of the month. If you guys didn't know, I do run my own book club, which is over on Fable. It is always linked down below. It's completely free, and I would absolutely love it if you were to join us over there. But the book we had for November was Soul Searching by Lila Sage. Now, this is one of her new books. It's her new release. It's a new series. I am really looking forward to the rest of the series. However, this one I just don't really know how to describe it. I did give it a 4-star. I'll say that off the bat. I really liked the book. I thought it was fun. I read it quickly. It was bingeable. I had a really great time reading it. However, there are a few things in this book that I didn't love so much. Firstly, the plot line for me was a bit weird. I won't lie. Like, I felt like there was plot, but I also felt when I was reading it like there was nothing going on. Does that make any sense? Like, I was kind of reading it thinking like, I'm really enjoying it, but like, what is even happening? Like, there's not a lot going on. Also, the male main character was definitely more of a golden retriever and not a broody, grumpy male main character, which I absolutely love. So I kind of didn't love that as much, but I did really enjoy this one. It wasn't anything like I thought it was going to be. I honestly thought that one of these guys was going to be like a ghost or something. Not anything like I expected at all, and I did enjoy it and it was really fun. So yeah, 4-star. Just not what I expected, but it was still good. The next book I picked up in the month of November was actually mine and Kelsey's book club pick of the month, which is the Across the Pond book club. Again, it is always linked down below. It's on Fable. It's free. Come over and join us if you would like. But the book we had for the month of November was actually People Watching by Hannah Bonham Young. Now, this one I have seen a lot of mixed reviews about. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, this I was really worried about going into because not only have I never read a Hannah Bonham Young book before, the kind of mixed reviews for me was really like sending me on edge. Like, I just didn't know, did I want to read it, did I not want to read it? I was really unsure on what to do, but we obviously had it for book club, which I was really happy about. To be honest with you, the cover is just so beautiful. It's giving autumnal cozy vibes, and I feel like it's just perfect for this time of year, so I'm so glad I read this one. And honestly, I loved this book. I thought it was so fun. I loved both characters. I thought the plot was good. I thought the emotions within this book was really good. I was gasping at parts. I was kicking my feet at parts. I just had a really great time reading it, so I don't know what everyone's on about when they said they didn't like it or they didn't finish it, I'm just thinking like, what do you mean? Like, it was so good. There were bits in this that had me literally like screaming with joy. The thumb ring had me just screaming with joy. It was so good. And this one I also gave a 4-star, but it was just so good. This one basically focuses on Milo and what is her name? Is it Prue? Is that her name? I feel like her name is Prue. Yes. And essentially Prue's mum has dementia, I want to say. So she's struggling with that because she's also looking after her with her dad, and it's a lot about kind of the struggles they're going through together, because her dad wants to put his wife into care, but obviously Prue is like, absolutely not, like she's my mum, like we're not doing that. And it's kind of like that going on, but then Milo comes in and it turns out that Prue's mum used to be Milo's teacher, and it's kind of how they intertwine like that. It's such a beautiful story. If you guys don't like reading about people that have dementia, Alzheimer's, like anything like that, I probably wouldn't read this one because it is quite emotional, and there are other sicknesses within the book as well. It's not just that, so it is a lot going on, but it was a really good book. It was beautifully written and I really enjoyed it, and I definitely want to read more of Hannah's books now that I've read this one. So yeah, this was another 4-star and I had a great time. So that was that one. Okay, so after I nearly just got knocked out by a book, I am going to go through the last book in this wrap-up, and that is The Intruder by Freida McFadden. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big Freida McFadden girl. Like, I feel like her books are not that deep. I read them and I just really enjoy them. I always rate them on how much I had a good time and like how quick I read them and how they kind of made me feel, rather than the plot, because a lot of the times I read her books I'm thinking like, what the hell is going on? Like, it doesn't make any sense. A lot of the times the characters are annoying, and a lot of the times like the characters are stupid, and they do a lot of things that I wouldn't do in like a thriller scenario. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're kind of screaming at them through the book, like why would you do that, you know? Anyway, I really like her books for more how I feel when I read them and things like that, so I actually really enjoyed this one. This one is basically about a girl who is living in a cabin, and she basically is getting away from something. You don't really know what it is, but she's kind of evacuating herself from a situation, and she ends up seeing that there's somebody outside her cabin. So instantly you're freaking out and thinking like, oh my god, what the hell's going on? She goes into her shed and she finds somebody in there, and that person is covered in blood, and it's like a big shock to her because she's like, what the hell is going on? This person is not going to tell her what's going on. So basically they go into her house, they're having like some food, trying to discuss this situation. I'm trying to tell you it without spoiling it, but you basically go back and forth in terms of different plots within this book from a few different perspectives, and you're reading it along and kind of halfway through you're even sort of thinking like, what is even going on? Like, I don't understand where this is going, but the end, it does wrap it up beautifully, and it is a book that I was kind of like, that makes sense. Like, I wasn't really shocked when I was reading it. I wasn't absolutely stunned. It wasn't the best Freida book I've ever read, but I did enjoy my time with it, and I did think that it was just what it was, you know what I mean? It was a good thriller. It really kept me on my toes, and it was another one I binged in literally no time at all. So that one was also a 4-star. I would recommend. It's not my favourite. Like, The Housemaid for me is still like my top Freida book, I think, out of all of them, but this one was a really good one. If you want to read all her books, I would just go ahead and give this one a try. So those are all of the books I have managed to read in the month of November. I would absolutely love to know down below, what books did you read in November? Please let me know. And also, if you guys have any book recommendations, always leave them down below, and please don't forget to come on over to both of my book clubs. They are linked down below in the description. If you guys want to join, they are free, and we would love to have you there. Also, if you guys didn't know, I do have a Vinted account, which is always linked down below. I have a bunch of books on there at the moment, which I need to get rid of before I move house. So if you guys want to have a little look on there, feel free. That is everything for today's video though. I love you guys so incredibly much. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and I will see you in my